What's up, guys? Welcome back to Car Studio. It's been a real long time since I made a video about flipping a car. The market has been crazy. I've been out of town doing some training with 3M and focusing on my lawn care business, and I'm back to teaching again. So I haven't really been putting out too many videos, and I haven't had time to look for cars to flip. And as I mentioned before in my last video about flipping cars and how Facebook Marketplace has changed the game, I'll link it up here. As I mentioned before, you can't just get on Marketplace anymore and find these deals. They more or less come from people or people that know what you do, and then they hit you up and they say, hey, I got a car, you want to buy it or check it out. And that's how I got this deal. So I've already paid for the car on my lunch today, and I got the keys and the title, and I'm heading back. It's one of my customers. She's an older lady, and the car's been sitting parked for as long as I've been cutting her grass, for a few years now. And I asked them what they were doing with it. They were kind of on the fence at the time, but a couple weeks ago she finally came up to me and said, we're ready to sell the car. And I said, well, do you have a price in mind? And she was very nice people. She said, I really don't know. I'm not good at selling things. She said, you can just make me an offer. And I said, well, what did the last people who looked at it offer you? And she said, they offered me $1,500. This is a 2010 Buick LaCrosse. I'm assuming low miles. The battery's dead, so I didn't get the mileage, but I'm assuming it's low miles. I mean, it's an older lady, they bought it new, so it's a one owner, and she just quit driving because she couldn't hardly see anymore. So I said, well, I don't want to offer you less than what the last person offered you. That'd be very rude of me, and especially the gap on the cost to profit is going to be so much on this car. I didn't want to take advantage of them. So what I did, instead of giving them $1,500 cash, their bill for each cut is $150. It only takes us about 45 minutes to cut their grass. So what I did was, at the time she owed me for one whole month of cutting. That's 2 cuts, $300. I said, how about this? I'll match the $1,500 offer that you had already. I will give you $900 in cash when I pick up the car, which I did this morning, and the remaining $600 I'll just give you credit on your grass. So we'll mark this bill as paid, and then the following month will be paid. And they were super happy. They're just happy to get rid of the car. It's just sitting there collecting dust. They've been paying insurance on it. They've kept the registration on it, so it didn't get towed. It was kind of parked off the street. So it's a win-win for both parties. So as soon as I got off work, I'm in the car. Luckily I had my camera with me. I wasn't even going to make a video on this, but I figured on this 20-minute drive I might as well. And once again, I keep looking at the screen instead of the lens, so if I'm looking to the right, that's why. But yeah, we're on the interstate right now. No, I'm not filming and driving. But yeah, we're going to pick up this car. Like I said, it's been sitting, it's dirty, it needs a battery. I brought a side post battery out of this S10 that I picked up a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna throw that in the Buick, and I'm gonna drive it by my buddy's house that lives right by the car auction, do a quick pressure wash. The car's super clean, it literally just needs washed, and then I'm taking it straight to the auction, and hopefully we can turn a buck. I looked at the market right now. The trade-in value on this car is over $7,000, and the market, it looks like they're selling anywhere between $8,000 to $12,000 based off mileage, and that's like 80 to like 120,000 miles. And I'm thinking this car might be low, like 50,000 or less. My fingers are crossed. I have no idea yet. So we are on our way there. It's hot as hell today, by the way. Check this out. It is 97 degrees. Also, my old faithful daily driver BMW 5 Series is about to turn over 250K here in probably the next couple weeks. But that's beside the point. I love this car. I'll get back with you once we get in the Buick and we're on our way to the auction. I'll do a little filming of the cleaning process and dropping it off, and then the auction runs tomorrow morning. We'll see what it brings. All right, guys, we're in the Buick. Wouldn't you know, my luck. Just kidding, I don't believe in luck. But as it goes, I should say, brought a side post battery, and it's in fact a top post. I don't really deal with too many GM products, so I didn't know they switched to top post in the late model cars. But so far this thing's doing great. It actually has 82,000 miles. I was expecting 50, but as long as it's under 100K, I can still run a green light at the auction and it'll bring more money. I jump started it with a jump pack. It fired right up. AC is cold. Everything in it seems to work. It drives nice. Surprisingly, the tires aren't flat spotted. I can't believe that. The brakes suck. When they sit this long, you know, the rotors get caked up with rust and stuff, so it shakes like hell when you hit the here, I'll show you. When you hit the brakes, it shakes like crazy. So watch the steering wheel. I don't know if you saw that or could hear it, but yeah. But yeah, I'm doing 60 right now and it's good. I'm heading over to a buddy's house to do just a quick wash. He lives right near the auction, and then I'm gonna drop it off at the auction. Started spraying this side off, and then I remembered to do a walk around just a little before. If you can tell in this video how dirty it is, but this thing is filthy. This was the side kind of like up against some trees and super dirty. Wasn't going to send it through the auction like this. I opened up the passenger door just now and a bunch of red wasps flew out, so I'm hoping they don't come back. That's the second wasp nest I found in it. Alright guys, just got to the auction, got this thing cleaned up, and what a freaking difference. It's so much better. This was like a 1 hour wash. I literally just pressure washed it and then quick wash. I didn't buff on it or anything. Took some wheel acid, wiped all the wheels down, and it looks amazing. I think this thing will definitely bring 5,000 or so we'll run it through the auction, see what it brings. All right guys, it's the next day. The car went through the auction and it sold. So I set the reserve at $5,000. The car actually sold for $5,800. I paid $125 in fees, seller's fees. So I walked away with $5,675. Just to recap, I initially bought the car for $900 in cash, and they were a customer of mine, and they owed me some money for their grass mowings, and I told them, you know, we'll just call it even on that, which amounted to $600. And so you can say I had $1,500 in this car originally, but in all reality I had $900 and 3 hours of labor. So what, 2 hours of actual work on the car. All I did was wash it, as you saw, and I did stop and buy a new battery on the way to the auction. But I ultimately bought the car, drove it directly from their house to my buddies to wash it, and then straight to the car auction. So if you like this video guys, hit like, subscribe. I'm going to teach you how to flip these cars. I'm heading to the bank right now with this check, and then I am going to use the money to close on a property. So free closing cost. Car Studio, like and subscribe.